Click on the link and you will be able to join the peer DAC and we'll start then. I can only see Kanta, I think. Yeah, no, 2 students are there. So I'm starting. In the meanwhile, please click on the link and join in. Then only you will be able to respond back. All right, I'll be starting now. So before we go ahead, I have shared some sentence prompt in the WhatsApp. You have, you have been through those sentence prompt. So if anyone would like to share, please go ahead. So that is the first thing that we will be doing. So you will be sharing your ideas through those sentence prompts. So today, I'll be, demonstrating how to use icebreaker, with the use of sentence prompts, practicing gratitude and creativity with Peer DAC, using Peer DAC for language learning and using Peer DAC for maths. Before going ahead, I request you to use the sentence prompts and share what are your thoughts. Have you written something using the sentence prompt?
Yes, ma'am. I have typed and kept it ready.
All right. So you can go ahead, Kanta.
Thank you, ma'am, for the opportunity. I love your sessions because I learn technology in plenty from you.
Thank you.
You're welcome, ma'am. I wonder which teaching methodology will be followed once the school reopens.
Okay.
I'm happy when I'm appreciated for my efforts by you.
Great.
I'm scared when I watch horror movies. Okay. I worry about worries not affecting me because I don't give room for emotions.
Okay.
I hope to learn technology the same as Rishana and Noorjan, equal to them. I'm competing, but not in full step.
You're doing wonderful job.
Thank you, ma'am. I'm sad when sadness not affecting me because I don't give room for emotions and I don't want to allow negativity to affect me.
Yeah.
Always trying to be in the positive mode. So in the future, I will join some online course, teaching course, which is going to evolve after COVID, I believe. So uh, having the knowledge which I've gained from you as a basis, I will be able to progress well and do the course excellently well, inshallah.
Inshallah. That's so sweet of you, Kanta. Thank you so much. So
You're
this is
welcome,
one
ma'am.
way, using sentence prompt as icebreaker, we can discuss with the students what are they feeling, and they will not only speak about the content, they will also speak from their heart, right? So you will get to know how are they learning and what are they feeling at the same time. So here I haven't mentioned anything that speak about your learning, but because Kanta loved those sessions, loved those ideas, so she shared, right? So now if I get a clue that yes, things are going on well, so it is one of the way to break the ice and to break the monotony. So anyone else would like to share? Anyone ready to share? Thank you so much, Kanta.
I love
Welcome,
baking
ma'am.
because I love to decorate with whipping cream. I wonder how bakers could whip the cream. Ma'am, can you hear me? Because it's raining. It's pouring.
Yeah, I can understand that it's raining. I'm trying to listen to you. So carry on, please.
Yeah, I'm happy when I decorate. Allah, I'm happy, ma'am.
Yes.
I'm sorry here. The network is unstable.
All right.
I don't know whether you could hear me or not. I can't hear you.
I can hear you. I can hear you. Please go ahead. I can hear you. All right. Anyone else would like to share? I think she cannot hear me. Zahara, it was? Zara, were you speaking? No. Okay, anyone else would like to share? Fine. We are moving ahead then. Okay. What is one kind or thoughtful thing someone did for you recently? What is something which you find, very kind and thoughtful that someone did for you recently? I want you to respond using the chat box and you can use even, the Peer app. So let's see. You can use the chat box also to share. So the question is, what's one kind or thoughtful thing someone did for you recently? You can use the chat box. Am I audible? Can you hear me? Hello? Goodness.
Yes, sister, you're loud and clear.
Okay,
audible, ma'am.
The question is, what is one kind or thoughtful thing someone did for you? You can respond using the Peer app. Okay. Others, please respond using the Peer app so that I can see your responses, because it is not possible to talk. So you can respond using the Peer app and I can see your thought process. If you are unable to use Peer app, so I was recently helped by a complete stranger. Okay. Someone else was writing. So this is one way we can use Peer app to, cultivate compassion, to help them to see good around them. Sister Nurjahan sent a private text to me. When I had a doubt in technology, I expressed my heartfelt gratitude to her. That's good. Thank you so much. So, this is how we are helping them to understand the good around us. So this is one way to express gratitude using Peer app. Now, how do you practice gratitude, or would you like to practice gratitude? How do you practice, and how would you like to practice gratitude? What do you do to express your gratitude to someone? So this one question, even though, they are not grateful, this one question will give them an idea that how does gratitude look like, sound like, and feel like? What are the ways to, express your gratefulness to someone? I make sure to thank someone on spot rather than wait for later opportunity. Good, very well said. Others, use the chat box if you're unable to use the Peer app, because it's good to hear back from you guys that how are you feeling. All right, fine. This is one way, children like drawing, and this is one way through you can, help them to demonstrate their curiosity. Again, this is one of the icebreaker. So what does it say? Draw another invention you could make with a shoe, right? Shoe is an invention. So what is something that you can make with a shoe, right? So this is one way to help them to think outside the box. This is a fun way to again break the ice. Can we see some drawings? What you can make with the shoe? Don't delete, it's okay. That's perfectly fine, all right. Not an issue. Okay. A flower pot, yes. I have recently seen, some people, using shoe as a flower pot and hanging, those shoe as hanging pots in the garden. Good thoughts. So this is one way, and we as adults love it, and children, they also love it, right? So this is one way which will help them to express their thoughts creatively. Have you ever thought to make something from shoe? No, right? But you know, they think outside the box. So those were the two ways to express gratitude, and this is one way to express your creativity. Fine. Another question that I have, I will ask you either to unmute or use the chat box to share. Compare PeerDAC with PowerPoint. So this is one Venn diagram. I'm asking you to compare PeerDAC with PowerPoint, right? How is it alike and how is it different? So the middle portion, the orange portion, will talks about how is it similar, and you know the different color portions will help you to locate the differences. So use the chat box or you can unmute yourself and speak. I'll be more than happy to hear. Fine. Formal. Easy to use. Great. Others, please, you can use the PeerDAC at least to show your responses. That would be really great to see. Yes, new. All right. There are 5 students on the PeerDAC. You can use the PeerDAC to show your responses because you're unable to talk and I'm unable to hear you at times. So it would be really great if you use the PeerDAC to show how are you. Finding PeerDAC. Formal, yes. Noor Jahan wrote it. Fine. Tools, yes. Both are tools, both are tech tools. And it is easy to use and it's formal, fine, well versed, new, learning. Okay. Both have good, fine. So this is one way to use PeerDAC to find out similarities and differences, right? Here you can use anything. I have asked you to share similarities and differences between PeerDAC. If you are running an English lesson and you want to use PeerDAC to differentiate and compare and contrast something, you can use it for that. For example, you're asking students to differentiate or compare and contrast common and proper noun. So instead of PeerDAC and PowerPoint, you can write common and proper noun. If you are doing fractions, you can ask them to compare and contrast proper and improper fraction, or compare and contrast odd or even number. So this is one way to use PeerDAC for comparing and contrasting. Thank you, those who have responded. It's good to see the responses always. Okay, correct the sentence. When me and my friend ride bikes. So this is how I'm demonstrating to use PeerDAC for your English lesson. So you can use it or, correct the sentence. Let's see what are the responses.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, excuse, yeah. Tell me.
How do I respond there? I don't know, ma'am. Please teach me how to.
You can write it. You can write the correct sentence in your responses.
The
procedure, I don't know, ma'am. How do I do the
text?
Huh?
Use the option of text. You can see below the text.
There. At the bottom part of it, you will find the text option.
TT option. When you click it and the color that you want to write your text, a box will appear up and you can type in it.
Only half of it is visible. I'm not able to see it fully because
you just drag it up. You move it forward and you can see it. It goes up and you will find at the bottom part. Here I am running as a teacher preview. So I will not be able to show you, but you will be seeing it as a student, right? So you will be able to see it.
Unable to drag it, ma'am.
Okay. Probably some issue with the network or something. Usually it goes on well. There is no issue with that, right? So, fine. Someone wrote. Okay.
Capital W is missing.
So what you can do, you can just erase strike this off and write the correct word, right? Here I'm unable to see what have you written, right? So you just can write, strike it off and then write the correct word, type of the correct word. Fine, I can see Noor has written, but she has, you know, fine, it's okay, don't delete it. Yes, when me, someone wrote it, very nice, amazing. When me and my friend ride bike, we wear helmet. Yes, and there is a full stop at the end, right? So this is one way to use it, and this is the way to use it correctly. See, Kanta, this one. So what she has done, she has used the text option, right? So she could do it, fine. Now I'm moving ahead. Drag the dots to the nouns. You need to drag the dots to the nouns. So this is one way again to use Peer DAG for language classes. There is a dot, you need to drag it to the nouns. There, yes. Gym, yes. Bottles. So in the same way you can use it for verb, in the same way you can use it for adjective. So this is a quick, very quick, low prep formative assessment, right? You can use it very quickly. Now, this is one way. For example, you have given them a text to read. We have used it in one of the PD as well, right? So what you tell them to read the text. You have given them, provided them the text to read beforehand, and then they are, you know, reading the text, and then they're coming back to you in the class and you're giving them this template, right? So the moment you will give them the text, they will share the main idea, they will share the topic sentence, detail 1, detail 2, detail 3. So what have they read in that text? Text can either be any of your lesson, text can either be, you know, your articles, anything. So you someone was telling me that, you know, quizzes they want always. If you will give them this, you will find this is a quick way to take the recap of the lesson. You can change these things. You can quickly change these things. You can write what is your key learning 1, what is your key learning 2, key learning 3, key learning 4, and here you can write the name of the lesson. So it is very quick way again to tap in where they are in their learning. So understanding the reading, whatever they are reading, you can take student feedback immediately and you can check how much they have retained. So this one you can use for reading, right? Again, we have used it in one of the PD session. If you are taking any lesson where they are reading story, right? In my school, they even read stories in mathematics, right? So in your school, probably they learn stories in Tamil, in languages, right? Basically. So let them read those stories and then you can give them this particular template to reflect on those stories, right? So here, now imagine whatever story you have read, whatever your favorite story, and respond on this, right? I haven't given you a story, but I'm telling you that imagine that I'm your teacher and I have given you some story, probably Cinderella, probably any of your favorite fairy tale, and use this particular slide to answer back, right? So try it. You can choose any of your favorite story and you can talk about it using the story map. So this is all about, you know, English. There are a variety of things that you can use Peer DAG for. You can use it for vocabulary, you can use it for grammar, you can use it for storytelling, you can use it for checking the reading reflection. So may I have someone who can write anything about, you know, any of the favorite story which you have read and which is your favorite fairy tale or which is your favorite novel, whatever. Great, someone is trying. So
setting is not fairy tale. Setting is the place where the story is happening.
Setting is, yes, where the story is happening, right? So she's mentioning about some of the fairy tales. So you can write over here, either it is a forest or, you know, palace, where the story is happening. Then here you can, so you can go ahead. The person must be just demonstrating it, right? So try your hands on it. This is one way to take student feedback in real time. You know, in the classroom, what we used to do, we used to, you know, move to and fro, and we used to see what they're writing in their copies. But in the remote learning, it is not possible, but it is possible with Peer DAG. If you implement these things, it is more than easy to, you know, implement it. So this is one way you can use it in your classes to understand how much students are retaining. So if they like quizzes, it's great. They are going to love this as well, because I have seen remarkable difference in student retention after they started using Peer DAG. And other than that, what is the best part? You can have it as student evidences that so and so child have done this, because when you will be doing the reporting thing, this will be act as an evidence. It is just like a digital notebook and one of the page of that digital collection which you can collect, right? So Rapunzel, okay, great. So someone has tried her hand on this, and I'm so happy to see this. Thank you. We are moving ahead now. Fine. So the person who was drawing it, Kanta, can you draw a setting of the story quickly? Because you know the drawing pen, right? You have difficulty in writing text. So what was the setting of your favorite story?
I'm unable to do that, ma'am. I'm unable to get to those buttons.
Oh, so sad. We will see it once. I can see 2 responses. You will find it at the bottom right here.
At the bottom, 2 or 5 responses there. It's not completely visible. Half of the letters only I can see. The bottom half is not visible at all.
Fine, someone is drawing a palace. Okay, not an issue. We'll try to fix it.
Thank you, ma'am.
Fine, great. Fine. So someone is illustrating. I can see, you know, long hairs. So, wow, this one is good. Nice. So this will give them an opportunity to talk about the setting. Okay, then you can quickly pause and you can ask them to reflect. Okay, what have you drawn? What it is all about, and they will be able to explain. Right. So this is again one way. Fine. Now I want you to imagine 2 characters of the stories and what are the point of views, right? If you have read a story, there must be characters and there must be, you know, differences or similarities in the perspective. So just imagine that you have read a story and you can use the text option over here to write. Always guide them towards text option. You can use the text option to show the perspective of 2 different characters. So this is one way to use it for literacy, right? So what all we have discussed how to use Peer DAG for compare and contrast, right? Anything. It can be a maths topic, it can be a language topic, science topic, anything. If you're teaching them, you know, probably higher classes in science, you're teaching them about ecosystems, right? And you're teaching them biotic and abiotic components. You can ask them to use the Peer DAG to differentiate, right? Now, this is one way to use Peer DAG for, you know, punctuation, capitalization. Again, to identify and spot the nouns, you can use it for adjective, pronouns, anything. This is one way to help us to understand how much they retain from the reading and what did they comprehend. Story maps, you can use it and it will work wonder, but you need to try it. If you're still finding it difficult, this is one way. You know, students love to draw, and this is one way where, you know, you can see how much do they understand about the setting of the story, and you can use it for different element of the story. You can change it setting, you can write here characters, you can write here and anything, or you can just make 5 slides and give different headings and give them to illustrate. It is wonderful for early learners. Perspective, different perspectives. Someone has deleted the response. All right. What method of persuasion is the author using? So if you want them to give a quiz, right? If you want them to, reflect or analyze about the author's tool or the author's language or the author's purpose, you can quickly generate a quiz and you will be able to see their responses. Again, you can do this for language classes. Fine. Now we are moving how to use Peer DAC for mathematics classes. So this is one example. For example, you're teaching them about volumes, right? Capacity. So you can replace this particular picture with your own picture, whatever you want to give, and you can quickly give them a chance to calculate, the volume or the capacity, right? So you can easily use it. Fine. Next, we always used to, have in mathematics odd one outs. Example, you're teaching them odd and even number. So here you can write 4 different numbers. For example, I can write 2, 4, 6, 9. And I'm asking them which of these doesn't belong. And they're quickly, circling it, right? So this is one way again to use it for mathematics. Then enter your problem here. So I'm asking you to enter any problem, any mathematical problem here and solve it. You need to write your answer in the yellow box. So either you can give your problem or you can tell them to, make their own problems. Use the text option and you will be able to use it. You will find the text option here in this portion. Try to refresh or reload it. Others, please try it. There are 6 people on Peer DAC. The question is this. Solve and enter your problem here. So if you have a maths problem in your mind, anything, small, simple, addition, subtraction, whatever you feel like, you can have it over here and try solving it. If you will not use it, how will you guide students to use it? Sisters, please try to use it. Let me try, ma'am.
Assalamualaikum. Assalamualaikum.
Yes.
Sorry, ma'am, I'm late. Are we supposed to solve it on the board there, on the screen?
Yes, you need to just, I'm just navigating you how to use it. So you can use any of the problem which you have solved in your childhood or which you're teaching to learners. Write down your problem and then write the answer in the yellow box.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Jazakallah.
Kanta, you need to look into a different tab. If you're using computer, use a different tab to access the Peer DAC. You will be able to use it. Fine?
Please give me some instructions, ma'am.
Yeah. All right. So someone has tried. Fine. So here they can write their word problems. Then you are done with, you know, word problems, teaching them word problems, and you want them to make their own problems, they can do that. All right. Next. Now you're asking them to reflect how you got to that answer. Now you are not just telling them to write the problem, but you want them, they themselves did it. So you can ask them why, explain. So they can explain you the procedure over here. So complete maths class with calculation, with, you know, solving the part of it. It's very easy to implement, right? So if you are implementing it in the correct way, students will love it. You will find student evidences in the real time, which you're missing in the remote learning. So try implementing it. And it is nothing, you know, which is difficult. You can do it very easily. So someone is writing. So this child has solved a multiplication problem, and he's writing multiply the numbers probably. So you can ask them to even reflect back on your answer, on their answers, and then respond, right? So this is again one way to use it, and I've shown you how to use it for different things, right? For English, for mathematics, for expressing gratitude. So you can, you know, play around with this. You can make it more appropriate for those areas which you would like to, you know how your students are performing. So this is how we can do it. Any questions that you have, you can ask me now. I'll be able to answer. Fine. Just ending the session. All right.
It was very interesting, ma'am. Alhamdulillah.
So any questions? Thank you so much. Any questions that you have? Because I want to clear one doubt which you have, you know, in the application of quizzes. I want to show you how to use quizzes in a more appropriate manner. So if you have any question, have you started using PeerDAC? Please use the chat box who all have started using PeerDAC. What difficulties you have in using it?
Not yet, ma'am. We all have to
okay. So listen, it takes a lot of time. Being a pedagogical leader, I understand my teachers used to sit for hours to make PeerDAC lessons, to make PowerPoint lessons. But the moment they got PeerDAC, things become very, very easy. There are two things. It is easy to create. Second thing, it will give you an opportunity to make the class interactive. So this is one of the award-winning tool which we are using, and you got it for free for 3 months. So try utilizing it. You know, the more late you will be, more days will go. So try implementing it. It is very simple to use it, right? I'm taking you through again over there. So for example, this is my today's PD. Can you see it? No, I haven't shared the screen. So I'm sharing the screen again, how to go about it. Yes, you can use it in kindergarten. It is perfectly all right, right? To use it in kindergarten. I can demonstrate how to use it in kindergarten. So fine, this is my today's PD. What did I do? I created it in the Google Docs, right? I moved to add-on. I have clicked on PeerDAC, and now I got it, this, right? So I have started the lesson. I'm showing you how to start the lesson. You have started the lesson. There are two options. Student paced, it means I'm doing it offline. I'm not there, students not there, and they can use it asynchronously. But how we are doing it, first use it synchronously, then go to asynchronous model. So we are using it synchronously. I have immediately clicked on present. Don't click this present button, right? Click this present button, which is green color, where you can see appear. If you will use the above one, you will end up having a plain slideshow. You need to click on this Start one. First, create your presentation. While creating also, you can drag and drop. So I will be creating a new slide in front of you, right? So I have just entered a new slide and I want something to begin my lesson, right? So I have moved over there. I have chose, okay, what are the templates available for beginning of the lesson? So I want them to reflect on their homework. I have chose this slide. I haven't created anything. In one click, I got it. So I got my slide, right? So the next thing that I want them to understand is this. So I have just created a new slide again, and I want them to put everything in structure, right? So this is again one more slide that I have got. Find your seat, take out your devices. So this is one thing you can just quickly write it, sit in good posture, keep yourself muted until I don't say you. So you're just setting up the structure, setting up the essential agreement, right? Now I want them to know about something else. So I have just quickly made this. So I'm not creating anything. I'm just dragging and dropping templates which are already there. Fine, it is that easy. It is that easy. So please start implementing it. And if you come across any questions, shoot your questions in the session so that we can resolve it together, right? So this is how you need to go about it. Fine. Okay. I wanted to show something related to early years, right?
Excuse me, ma'am. Asra, ma'am.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Ma'am, where did you drag the slides from? Add-on?
Yes. Here it is. The moment you will click the add-on here, right? Wait, I'll use it. Annotations. I'll use annotation.
Okay.
This is add-on. The moment you will click add-on, you will get these slides. Can you see in the left and right hand side? There are some slides here. These are the slides that you need to drag. Fine.
Yes,
Can you
ma'am.
see?
Got it. Yeah,
All
yes,
right.
ma'am.
Yes. All right. So now someone asked, can we use it for early years? Yes, sure. We can use it for early years. I'll just show it to you how to use it for early years. Fine. I'll show you from the beginning how to use it, right? I'll just close everything. Fine. So I don't know what all is open. Today I have school PDs also, so things keep fine. So what I need to do, I'm simply going in front of you, I'm starting it so that you can use it. You need to go to Peer Deck. You can use it both ways. You can use it as Google Slide add-on, or you can go directly over there. So I've gone over there, right? I've clicked on the Peer Deck side. Fine. So what it is asking me, teacher login. I have clicked that green button, teacher login, and I'm here. Now, these are my sessions. All my sessions are recorded over here. And you can see everything over here. Now, I want to show you how to use it for early years. These are the pre-made templates. You will get everything for free. Nothing, you don't have to do anything. It will make your life easy and it will make your lessons super interactive. I'll just tell you how wonderful it is. And it is from nursery till grade 9 we are using it. So these are the different templates, right? Which is over there. And I have shown you many during my sessions. So these are the templates. Fine. Now, someone asked, can we use it for? Yes, you can use it. So what you need to do, you need to go to this template, peerdeck.com/template. Click on Google Slide. This will take you to your Google Slide, right? Then there, go and make a copy. You need to try your hands on it. The moment you will try it, things will become easy. Right? I got it in my Google Drive. Now what I'll do quickly, I'll just rename it. Fine. Now I'm running a lesson for you guys right now. I haven't done anything, right? This is completely for early years. I'll just click on the add-on. I'll go to Peer DAC. I'll open add-on. This is, using the pre-made slide. Here we are not creating it, right? You can create also. The lesson is started. So this is for early years. I have chosen Peer DAC slide launcher. And slides are launched. What did I do? Nothing. How much time did it take? Hardly 5 minutes. And when you need to do it in your context, you can do quick editing then and there only. You can edit the slide in present. And now your session is starting, and this session is starting for early learners, nursery, KG1 and KG2. Fine. So I want that earlier teacher to others, please also, you can also participate in it quickly. So that you can see how it works for early learners. I'm dropping the link again in the chat box. Fine. Zakia asked me. So Zakia, this is for you. And I'm sharing the link with everyone. Please come on Peer DAC to see how it works for the early learners. And they enjoy it like anything. So click on the link. Fine. My first student have joined. And the first student, please keep on participating so that I can show it to others, right? We are running short of time. So this is Peer DAC template for littles, grade K to 2. You can use it for nursery, KG1, KG2, and grade 2. And keep on editing the template as per your requirement. So the first one is fill in the missing letter. Can I see the response? Yes, use the text option, or you can draw it, use the draw option. You need to help them to understand these options, and they are very smart. My son is 5 years old and he is using it. Wow. See, you learned it. Rat. Right? Good. Very good. Very good. Clap it for yourself. Great. Oh, wow. Super. Good. So we can see one of the clever, smart learner has used this text option as well. Thank you so much. Fine. Now we'll see the next slide. Circle the items that start with B. Yes. So this is again for vocabulary building or initial sounds. You can use it. Fine. So let's see the responses. Wow, bat, balloon, bug. Very nice. Super. Fine. Let's see what else is there. Okay, listen to the story and draw a picture of the second. So you have done setting, you have done a story narration, and you're asking them to use the setting. So we have seen it, right? How does it work? Color some yellow, color some pink. So you're asking them to color few in yellow and color few in pink. See? Right? Color recognition. How many in all? How many yellow squares are there? How many purple or pink square is there? And total number of squares? Yes, 9, 1, 10. So addition. Wonderful. Fine, Zakia? So I'm ending it. Fine. Now I want to use a prompt. I want you to just pause and reflect. What have you just learned in today's session? So this is how we are ending it, right? So let's see. Waiting for your responses. That's great to know, Zakia. Start using it. You will see wonderful result. The way you are using quizzes happily, you will be able to use this also in a very innovative manner, and your class will look more engaging. Parents will be more happy and kids love PRR. I'm telling you out of my experience with my own teachers, they are so happy. And I don't have to feel pity that, oh my God, they are so tired you making ppts, because making ppt is not easy. Earlier we used to make it once in a while, and now we have to make it for each class. How difficult it is, right? So this will make your life easy, and I'm there to help you. So we will again explore more how to use PeerDAC for creating your ppt in the next session as well, right? So that's all for today. So any one of you would like to share something? Yes, still we have 2 minutes to go. Kanta, Rishana, I think Rishana is not joined today.
No, ma'am. I was a little late, a bit late.
All right, Rishana, Kanta. So would you like to share something about today's session? I hope you are becoming more friendly with PeerDAC, right? It is a wonderful tool. That's the reason I'm asking you to use it, because this will make your life easy for sure.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
start.
as you explain, I really think we have to explore this and work on it, inshallah.
Yes, you can explore it, and it's very easy to do wherever you find stuck. So in the next session, I will spend first 10 minutes in answering your questions about PeerDAC. So please jot down all your questions, and you can keep, the moment you get the question, you can type that and send it to me. I may not answer at that time, but I'll make sure to answer those questions in the session. Thank you so much, everyone. It was great time.
Welcome, ma'am. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Take care. Assalamu alaikum. See you next week.
Walaikum assalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Take care.
Thank you. Jazakallah khairan, sisters now.
Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum. Bye.